All right, let's start the briefing now. We've got a variety of weather here, very warm with thunderstorms today, and then much colder with the possibility of some winter weather tomorrow afternoon and night. So a little bit of everything here in Southeast Texas. Kind of a summary here, the timeline. We have a cold front pushing across the area today. We'll see a line of showers and thunderstorms along and ahead of that front. A few could be strong to severe. We already have some thunderstorms that have developed this afternoon. Damaging winds, large hail, and an isolated tornado are possible late this afternoon and evening with the strongest of the storms. Many of these will be more garden variety, but there may be a few stronger storms with those threats there. And then overnight, we'll be turning colder behind the cold front as it pushes offshore. It'll get windy near the coast and over the coastal waters. We'll then have an area of rain overspread portions of the area tomorrow afternoon and continue into tomorrow night. There will be pockets of sleet with that as well. At this time, we're not thinking there will be any real impacts from this weather as long as temperatures stay near or above freezing. We think we won't see really any icing to speak of. We will need to monitor the forecast. If we get colder weather than we're forecasting or the precipitation hangs on longer, only then would we be more concerned about some icy patches on elevated surfaces. But again, right now, our thinking is minimal impacts for our area. Here's a look at where the severe thunderstorm risk is for this afternoon and evening. The areas there in yellow have the greatest risk, a slight risk, which is 2 on a scale of 1 to 5. And then the darker green is a marginal risk where more isolated occurrences will occur. So you can see the greatest risk for severe today is over our eastern counties, and then less of a severe risk as you go farther west. The time window for potential severe is really now through about 11 p.m. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect until 7 p.m. right now. Here's a look at that watch that was issued not long ago. You can see the counties in the severe thunderstorm watch, which includes most of our area, excluding the far western counties. And there's a snapshot of the radar as of about 1:15 this afternoon. So we're already seeing storms develop. These particular ones on the radar here don't look severe, but we are already kind of in that mode. What about the winter weather risk? What I'm showing you on the left here are the current watches and warnings for Texas. And you see that large area in blue. That's really where we expect the icing to occur with this storm. Not really so much in our area. Now, notice some of our counties are sort of bordering the watch area, talking about Jackson, Wharton, Colorado counties on north. You're kind of on the edge of where we might see this overlap of precipitation and cold air. So, that would be our best chance of seeing some sleet and even a little bit of freezing rain. But again, we think the greater chances are further to the west. What I'm showing on the right-hand side is a look at freezing rain accumulation from some of our better models. And you can see again how that green shading there corresponds pretty well to the winter storm watch area, but again, west of our counties. What I'm showing here is sort of a timeline, a model's version of the radar, and also precipitation type. And so starting it here at the current time, you see this line of storms pushing offshore around midnight or a little after. And then this second area coming across the area during the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night. By the conventions here, the green on Thursday is rain, and the light blue is snow. And then the purple and red is sleet and freezing rain. So what you see at the end of this loop, and by that time we're getting to tomorrow night, is a pretty good icing event setting up for South Texas. But not really up in our area. Now, could this change? It could, but right now all indications are that we're going to miss the icing from this winter event. So minimal impacts, we think, for us, but we will need to monitor the forecast for any changes. So just what and when, we're looking at thunderstorms this afternoon and evening, some potentially severe. Then a period of cold rain Thursday afternoon and evening, which may change to sleet at times. Impacts from winter weather should be minimal, assuming temperatures stay at or above freezing while that precipitation is falling. Should it turn colder sooner or the precipitation linger longer, then we would be more concerned about icing in our area on elevated surfaces. But the way it looks now, that threat is more for areas off to the west and southwest. The confidence in the forecast is sort of medium to high of a mixed precipitation event, but with minimal impact. And again, things could change, and so we will need to monitor the forecast to see if it does look like some of the icing threat is in our direction. But right now, we're sort of predicting really minimal impacts from this event. The next briefing is scheduled for 2 p.m. tomorrow, just to check in to see if there are any changes. If it looks like still minimal impacts and no changes, it's possible this webinar tomorrow might be canceled, but it is scheduled for now 2 p.m. tomorrow, and you'll get an invite for that after this call.